Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and the inventor of the CTKS method and BORSOG trading. If you're new, a very warm welcome. And welcome back, KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently down 2.14% to 21,097. Ethereum is down 3.48% to 1569. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining positive excellence in the process. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the Masterclass links, the tax software I use, and you can directly message me on Twitter at any time. In the next couple of weeks, I'll be announcing who has been awarded the CTKS Partial Scholarship. If you haven't submitted your application, please get it in now. The link is in the description of this video. The CTKS Creed is a series of positive affirmations that you can tell yourself to prime your mind for profitability in the crypto market. I know the universe wants me to succeed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities in life reset daily. I am worthy. I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with BORSOG. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. We've seen the crypto market come down because we know Rule 225, Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity. And other global indices cannot escape the US's gravity. You can see all the markets basically are coming down at the moment. Now what we can actually tell is that the Nasdaq, the S&P 500, the Dow, the Russell, and this makes up about 60% of global investment in the stock market. They've all been retracing. Masterclass students, I do a deep dive in this in LV19. We've had a large increase in the potential probability of a 75 basis point increase. It was 47% yesterday, it's 55% right now. Having a quick look through the Wall Street Journal headlines, Dow falls more than 600 points on rate worries. And we can see this is spooking the markets. We've had a sizable jump in the VIX, which has caused the Nasdaq 100 to sell back. This is quite a key resistance level, or support level I should say, at 12,847.50. The current price of the Nasdaq is 12,927. So getting back to here, we would expect a little bit of a technical bounce, but it just depends. If the VIX spikes more, we'll probably lose that particular support level and come down to about 12,086, just down here. We can see bond prices decreasing, bond yields increasing. Gold has decreased back to a support level, literally around the current price of $17.49, and the US dollar, the safe haven appeal of the DXY, is on fire. We're literally making our way up to this 109.851 area, and we can see oil is just retesting this resistance level, trying to get over it and turn it to support. And we can see junk bonds, the risk off activity is now hitting the market. When comparing Bitcoin to inflation expectations, we can see the 10-year and the 5-year are spiking up, those break-even inflation rates. This means that the Fed will need to step in more aggressively. I believe we'll see an even higher percentage towards the 75 basis point, maybe even 100 basis point increases. And Masterclass students, I do a deep dive in this in TM4, and you also get my live chart. The question then becomes, how low could we go? The S&P 500, what I've done here is to map the 9 sell-offs and recoveries in the S&P 500 since 1966 to the current price. This particular price action gives us a bit of an understanding where price could go. We've got some instances where price comes down quite substantially, other instances where price recovers quickly, and some mid-case scenarios. I do a deep dive explanation in episode 629. So you can have a look at that episode to get a better understanding of what's happening here. So what we can actually see is we're in a bit of an indecisive area. We could actually come up. Remember, it's all about support and resistance levels. If we manage to resume off and just keep on going and bypass a level of resistance, that's what it's all about. You don't have to read too much into the market. The market will tell you exactly what it's going to do. These are just potential scenarios that we keep our minds on. And there's a very, very important aspect to understand about this too. The more things go down, the more things come back up. That's a very, very important aspect to remember. Looking at the precious metals, we can see the inverted VIX. It's actually coming down. What does this mean? We would expect the precious metals to follow this favor. And also we can see the inverted DXY coming down as well. Notice these two issues are highly gravitationally biased. We can see silver's coming down, gold is coming down, platinum and palladium. It's interesting that copper is starting to round up, but when you get a lot of gravity, it will pull pretty much everything down. We saw a case where copper was coming up when the rest of them were coming down. Of course, copper came down as well. What we do as crypto technical analysts, we measure investor attention, and that's measured through the reality of price. We get ready, we aim, and then we fire. Most of the time, people ready, fire, and aim. We don't do that. We're very, very scientific with how we look at the markets. Only knowledge will yield the results. The first step to get ready is to mark up your charts with the CTKS method, and then look beyond the charts to get ready, collecting probabilities outside the crypto market. Come back inside the crypto market and start to aim, finding the market's focus and understanding that opportunities reset daily. You also need to aim with positive excellence. Without positive excellence, your emotions will guide your trades and investments, which is typically disastrous. And when you're set to fire, to pull the trigger, there's many, many ways that you can buy and sell. Let's have a look back inside the crypto market. We know Rule 45, no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity, and we know Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity either. When looking at Bitcoin sentiment through the bull and bear index from augmento.ai, we can see negative sentiment entering the market and the overall sentiment score actually coming down. Over the past 24 hours, global crypto market cap has come down 0.75% to 1.01 trillion. The greatest gainers in the top 100, EOS up 25.52%, Chili's up 17%, CRV up 4.53%, Bitcoin Cash 3.3% up, and Litecoin about 3.1% up. The greatest losers across the crypto market, Celsius down nearly 25%, XDC 6.6% down, Helium around 5.5% down, HBAR 4.7% down, and Engine Coin around 4.4% down. Bitcoin is currently trading at 21,195. We've seen some really interesting things here. We can see as far as the ANF, against, neutral, and for. What we see is that we're in the red area. Definitely price is against us at the moment. We're also under multiple levels of resistance. However, we're above one major level of support that will play in around 20,000. But if we look over the past couple of days, what do we actually see here? For example, 2 days ago, we were just hovering around here. 1 day ago, we were hovering around the 21,623 mark. And now we're back to where just a little bit above where we were 2 days ago. What we've seen is fairly neutral action. It's a little bit down, of course, but it's fairly neutral. And well done to everybody that puts out their BORSOG synchronization score. This is really, really valuable. Every day you should be doing this because you want to know how you're feeling about the market in the next 24 hours and how synchronized you are personally with the market as well. And sharing it is such a good thing to do. What does this code mean? What does it mean? It says the market will go down. This is just an example, not your code for today. You have your own personal approach to your code. So this particular code from this particular person says, I believe the market will go down. 90% is against my position. I think maybe 5% neutral, 5% for me, and I'm about 75% in synchronization with the market. You will know what your synchronization factor is over time. That's why it's so important to just pop your synchronization code into the comments each day. What you're actually doing is refining your art. I'm so incredibly proud of everybody who puts in their synchronization codes. Just noting your synchronization code will make all the difference in your own investing and trading. It's all part of active learning. Rule 621 created BORSOG, buy on red, sell on green. And the ANF part of the BORSOG synchronization code comes from here, because we know that we first must consider what happens if price goes against us, goes neutral, goes nowhere, or goes for us. And the code gives you a specific percentage. It's a really valuable thing to do each and every day, literally each time you place a trade, because you know you control the trade, but the market controls the return. And all you're seeking to do is to synchronize in with the market and then scale. If you're not synchronized, if you're desynchronized, you descale until you can synchronize back in again. So the synchronization factor is very, very valuable to you. And each person has and will have different BORSOG synchronizations. Your synchronization code will be unique to yourself. And as Lena said quite a few days ago, BORSOG is probably the only way to make money in these unique times. It's very likely a trader's market for the next 2 or maybe 3 years. And something nice to know, all investors become traders anytime they buy or sell. The difference between investing and trading is just a different hodling period. If you're an investor who's never traded before, just take a small percentage of your funds and create a BORSOG fund. And BORSOG is a trading and investing market synchronization technique which starts with small position sizes. We say just coffee money because you want to get in and synchronize in with the market. It will make you a terrific investor by learning how to trade effectively. In the comments, please let me know your synchronization factor. It's so valuable for you to do this. Rule 4. Price is always moving in a wave. When you get a cut of a support line, you start to pay attention that there can be more negative downside risk. When you get a cut in 2 support lines, you've got to pay a lot of attention to it. This is the point. When we get cuts in support lines, it's good to scale down or lock profits in. What we saw since we lost this particular support line here at the 15th of August and this support line on the 16th of August, price tried to rally back up but was squashed down by sellers, and sellers have been squashing price down for some time. I mentioned that we would have the potential to come up to around 22, but the sellers have been pushing down. And we can see we got back up to about 21,795. Depending on how the VIX goes, it's still quite possible to come back to this 22,000, just around this level, even spike a little bit higher. What you will find when shorts get into the market, they sell first and buy later. It's the opposite action to going long. So when the shorts enter the market, they're selling, and they cover their positions by buying. What you may actually see is more and more shorts may cover their position back to around this 22,000 level, and then we could resume down. But if the longs come in and spike the shorts, we could get a short squeeze. You might say, Ken, there's so many unknowns there. How do we know what's going on? You just look at your lines. what you will find is just like what we saw here. When price goes to a support line and it shows weakness under it, that immediately should send the red lights off. Hey, there's a problem here. Houston, we have a problem. And then if it cuts through it, yes, definitely a problem. But the same goes for the other side. If price gets above this particular level, the 22,000, and it maintains itself above, you will see that in the price action. We've got to be aware the crypto is very spiky by nature. You can get these long tail rejections both to the upside and to the downside. But still, the lines have the rule. If there is a cross, that means we're typically going the other direction. So what are the shorts and the longs up to? Let's have a look at the shorts. The shorts were just on a rampage. They're having a ball, and now they're covering. It looks like they're going to go again. And what about the longs? The longs said, hey, I'm going to buy the dip, buy the dip. Oh no, it keeps on dipping. This is what often happens. When you say BORSOG, buy on red, sell on green, that actually requires a lot of knowledge and skill. All of those steps are actually inside the masterclass. That's what we spoke about previously. Let's check out liquidations. We can see the liquidations are actually quite low. This means there's not a lot of commitment in the market. We've seen 133.41 million in 24-hour liquidations across 56,252 positions. And when we look at the past 24 hours, about 59%, say 60%, has been long. What about the past 12 hours? Went the other way, 62% short. What about the past 4 hours? 84% short. What about the past hour? Nearly 96% short. The poor old shorts, they're not getting a lot of love at the moment. But this is really the nature. The longs and shorts are always taking turns to liquidate each other. A lot of people ask me, Ken, how can I avoid getting liquidated? Because if you look at it, 56,192 people lost in combination, $133.09 million. How do you avoid getting liquidated? Just trade at spot. And I have a lot of spot trading exchanges, which I recommend. When you're consistently profitable, when you are a professional, absolutely go for leverage trading because you know what you're doing then. But if you're just learning, it's best to learn at spot. Just a quick update on the Taiwan Straits. All looks fairly normal going. All looks to be clear. We can see quite normal sea traffic. And air traffic for this time is quite normal. It's always a little bit light early on. And when looking at the stable coins, we've seen about 1.18 billion actually flow into BUSD. USDC has been taking a hit, and USDT is also capitalizing. Before we get into setting levels or buying and selling, Rule 774, master yourself to master the market, is really important. To master yourself, it's a very, very good perspective to put success as an output to character. Character is really positive excellence, and positive excellence is all about integrity, decency, gratitude, happiness, inner and outer peace. These things may sound like an optional accessory in a modern life, but they're actually the foundations of sustainable fulfillment, meaning, happiness, and success. Please let me know in the comments which one of these boxes is your favorite. It's only with positive excellence that we can break out of the panic zone and the blame zone, which are the lose money rule zones, into the make money rule zones, where we acquire patience, rules, learning, and courage, and through to zone 4, which is the keep money rule zone, where we master fear. We spoke a little bit about fear in the past episode. And how do you master fear? Why is it important? And John said, ridding fear is an essential part of progressing positively through life. It frees the brain to make rational decisions. And studying and applying the CTKS principles, then whatever the market direction takes you in, you'll have your own unique action formulated. Well done, John. We also spoke a little bit about how has positive excellence changed your life? And Mellow Cryptic said, positive excellence completely changed my life. I finally realized the world wasn't against me. I just had a negative mindset and attitude towards the world, other people, and myself. Knowing nothing was too good for me and the world gives back what you put out into the world was a game changer. Like Ken says, the world wants you to succeed. Any setbacks are there to strengthen you into the person you need to become to achieve your goals. Sometimes they are necessary. Just beautiful, MC. And Buildy said, positive excellence is key to keeping a level head. Mantras like you win or learn and losses are the tuition fee of the market are things I think about nearly every day. And they've not only helped me navigate crypto, but also life. It's also nice when you recognize positive excellence in someone else. It's very inspirational. Thank you, Buildy. And to Art, any way the market goes, I feel good about it. Patience is key here. It's when I get impatient and think I should trade something, anything, that's when I get out of sync. Excellent, Art. And Art is a very experienced trader. Our community is full of fantastic people. If you're new, please subscribe, and if you've been here a while, please recommend the channel to others. We're so much more than just crypto and just trading. We're all about life as well. And as Art said, it all comes together to help us to get into sync with the market. It was really interesting to notice that Binance Coin, BUSD, well, that's not Binance Coin, but it's associated with Binance. And look at BNB. BUSD is spiking up, and also BNB is spiking up. This is something that you might like to keep on your radar. And when looking at the top 8 alts, what we can see is Ethereum following Bitcoin's gravity. Binance Coin, little bit stronger than Bitcoin's gravity at the moment. In fact, it's a standout if we look across the others. ADA, Cardano, just following Bitcoin's gravity to a ping. You can see that they're all synchronizing in with Bitcoin. This is really important to do. Resynchronization across the crypto market is very, very important to normalize things. If things are abnormal, you get very big systemic shocks. We can see XRP in synchronization, Solana in synchronization, but Solana wants to party. You can see it really wants to rock and roll. Doge is also a little bit stronger. You can see that by this particular area here. And when we look at DOT, it's in synchronization. And SHIB was out of synchronization, came back into synchronization, and now showing a little bit of strength. So the two strongest here, in my opinion, would be Binance Coin and SHIB at the moment. I've been doing a little bit of reading on, well, a lot of reading on Ethereum and the upcoming merge. What basically is very, very fascinating to me. So the merge will reduce electricity consumption by about 99%, but it will not hit or impact gas fees. That means that the stability of scaling solutions and alternatives to Ethereum, such as ADA and Solana, DOT, and many, many others, are still on the table. This would be a really, really good thing to discuss in the comments. Gaber Wise asked a really interesting question. I've seen a lot of bottom calls for BTC around 19,000 based on Ribbon's daily signal and past history. What's your thought on this? This is a really interesting thing, Gaber Wise, because we have to think outside the crypto market to rule 225. Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity. What we can see is Bitcoin actually following major US indices at the moment. If those major indices actually recover, we would anticipate, of course, recovery in Bitcoin. But if they start to collapse down, we would anticipate more negative price momentum for Bitcoin. I could show you so many charts on Glassnode and various varieties of sources, but the real issue that you need to always keep in mind is that when you look at Bitcoin's chart, it is impacted by so many other charts. And a lot of people in the crypto space simply don't believe that. But when you've been inside markets for decades and decades and decades, you see that everything is intercorrelated and interconnected. And you must look beyond the chart, beyond the price action that you're looking at, towards the general macroeconomic environment. If you have any questions that you would like to ask me, like Gaberwise asked, please reach out in the comments. And if you would like to do the masterclass, the links are in the description of this video. Please consider sharing and liking this video and also subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as a part of our globally extended KS family. If you have friends or family who could benefit from positive excellence and what we do, please introduce them to our community by sharing a video. We have one of the best communities on YouTube. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers. And please note, I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram. Thank you very much also to the CTKS ambassadors for assisting masterclass students. And of course, a very big thank you to you for watching and for being part of our global KS family. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the tax software I use and the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. Please seek out an ambassador to get 80% off, and if you're in financial hardship, you can also apply for the partial scholarship. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye.